Hi and welcome to another Pizza Ramblings. So this is my partially built pizza shack, and one of the problems that I came across while I was building this, when I first tried my oven under here, was the fact that the heat that comes out of the standard Pizza Party chimney was too hot for the ceiling, even though there is a good probably 2.5–3 foot gap there. So that meant that it was pretty much unusable under here, because it was literally making the plastic really soft, and I was worried about it collapsing and whatever else. So one of the ways I started to get around that, although it's not perfect at the moment, was to replace this with these. This here is the exhaust from the oven. It's 125mm, 5 inches. I've managed to piece together all these bits from Amazon. If you search for stovepipes on Amazon, you get all kinds of bends and shapes and all sorts, and different sizes as well. So what I ended up doing is getting a 1/2 metre a bend, and I've got another 1 and 1/2 metre one, which ends pushing my exhaust right the way through. And there we have it. That's what it looks like when it's fully in. It's not cheap. They are about 20 quid per piece or something, roughly. The bend there, I can't remember what that was probably £30, I think, that bend. And I have the original Pizza Party chimney on the end, because I use this as like a flue valve, because I haven't got a flue valve in here. If you don't know what a flue valve does, is essentially it limits the amount of exhaust gas. It's a flap inside that covers like that, and you can turn it from the outside, and that basically stops the chimney from actually sucking out the heat from the oven. Because what you find, and it did happen to me, is that it's very hard to get the temperature up in the oven without some form of valve or something. And that's what this does at the end. Is what I do is close the gap up like that, and that basically limits the output of the chimney and stops you from sucking the heat right out. So that's pretty much what I do. If you've got a plastic roof or whatever, you need to consider this when you built your shack, which is something I didn't do. I also could lower my oven a little bit as well, which is something that I might still do, because it still does get very hot on the top there. So yeah, give that some thought when you make your own shack. And there we go.